What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live for a special interview, special boss babe chat. I said chat, I don't know where that came from, but who cares? I had some coffee, this is what happens. And I'm super excited to bring on Sasha Sweder tonight, and I'm just gonna keep an eye out here because I need to bring her on when she comes on. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna give her a second to pop on here and I'll just welcome you guys in. So go ahead and put a 1 in the comments if you're watching this live, put a 2 if you're watching the replay. If you're new, either to myself or Sasha, put new in the comments. And if you share this video, you're gonna get a special thank you comment back from me. So share it and put share it in the comments. There's a little share button where you can actually share it. And then you can also tag people. So friends, sharing is caring, as the girls always say. So make sure you tag your people. So if you know anybody who's in network marketing, direct sales, running an online business, anything like that, I want you guys to share this video. And I just realized I need to pull up my notes here. That would come in handy. So also, if you guys are just hopping on, I want to let you guys know I am doing a free class on Wednesday. Some of you have participated in my classes before. They're short, sweet, to the point. And oh, Kristen, I'm so glad you got on live. That's awesome. So I'm going to do a free class on how to build your own lead tracker. So your prospect system, how do you create it for free? I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's going to be super easy and all that good stuff. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So if you want to get in the free class, all you have to do is join my group, The Gold Diggers of Network Marketing. If you type that in Facebook, you will find it. I'm the only one with that group name. And then all you have to do is register for the event. So I will put an event up tomorrow, and then you have to click the Zoom link to register. It's a webinar style. If you can't make it, since it's during the day, if you register, you'll actually get the replay. And I'm actually gonna give you guys a really cool thing at the end for free. I know, I'm super excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to bring her on here. See if I can figure this out. And if you're on, Sasha, can you comment? What's this do here? Oh, she's right there. Okay, girl. So excited. You guys get ready. Wait for it. Everybody, positive
Oh
energy.
my gosh.
Yay! Hi, girl. What's up?
Oh, this has been exciting.
We did it. Okay, let me turn the volume up. Yay! Give her some hearts and likes, you guys, because if you've ever done a Facebook Live interview, everybody says this, even people who have huge followings and big groups and all that, they say it's nerve-wracking no matter what. The president of our company couldn't get on a live one time, so it happens to all of us. So you get an A+ for that, Sasha. So I just want to let the people watching that are new to you, why don't you start,
Awesome.
to start, why don't you share a little bit about you and your background and what got you into direct sales and network marketing?
So once upon a time, I made a bunch of cupcakes, and that had nothing to do with soap. It was like a shock when I actually started to build something that came from soap or skincare or stuff like that. It wasn't something people were expecting of me. So when I started like contacting people, they were completely shocked because they were like, "Don't you cook? Don't you do travel? Like, what are you doing with soap?" Yeah. So it wasn't a natural like, okay, yeah, okay, Sasha, soap, yeah, okay, we can work on this. It was more like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And it just ended up where it was like, okay, so I want to take care of people, and I want to reach out to people and make sure that they're spoiling themselves also. My husband was deployed when I was considering joining Perfectly Posh. I didn't realize that at the end of that deployment, I would have a full-blown business. He managed to get onto like, I guess, US land in the middle of Kurdistan, and I hit submit on that join kit. And when it showed up, he didn't know that we were starting a new business, and we went to Disney for R&R. And while we were there, suddenly somebody bought something, and I was nearly shocked. And then somebody bought another thing, and then I was sitting there on my phone trying to help people like put together skincare routines while I'm standing in the middle of Walt Disney World. And then it just took off from there. It's been crazy.
That's awesome. So for those that don't know about Perfectly Posh, can you tell us a little bit about it? Because one thing I admire is that I've never been spammed from somebody from Posh, not once. I know, and I was just thinking about it today. I was like, how come I don't know more about this? Because I feel, you know, being in direct sales, that I should kind of know about all the different things out there. And I was like, actually, that's a good thing, because that means you guys aren't, you know, in everybody's faces. So can you share with everybody what the product line is and what makes you guys different?
So I like to joke, and a lot of us like to joke that it's soap and lotion, but realistically, it's naturally based skincare made in the US. Everything's under 25, and you can really spoil yourself like you have like an at-home spa in your house. It's the best thing ever because I showed up and I could barely afford a face wash, but I bought the kit.
Mhm.
I dove in. I think the big difference, honestly, is once you have a bunch of bath bombs in your house, you really don't stress that much, and you're not going to spam people. Like you won't like do all the high pressure sales because of the fact that you really just want to take care of people. It's a different mentality. I really
Yeah.
think that that's where it comes from.
Yeah, that's awesome because it definitely shows. Like I love like our company that I'm with, we're about social sharing. And so it's
Yeah.
about honestly, like when you find something you love, you just want to tell your girlfriends about it. And
Yes.
you were saying how your friends were like, "What are you doing?" But you were still opening your mouth, telling your friends what you were doing. And I think sometimes people miss that, that you it's just about sharing. It's not about trying to convince people or spam people. It's really just saying, "This is what I have." And like you said,
Exactly.
there's some great attributes to it. The price point, USA, you know, naturally based skincare, which I'm a huge fan of. I'm definitely
Yes.
going to have to try it out for sure. So I think that's awesome. I really do. So how long have you been with Posh?
I started with Perfectly Posh November 19th of 2013.
Oh wow, that's a long time in network marketing years. It's like daunting.
Yeah, I do feel like the grandma that's gonna be like wheeled out onto like the Uncon 47 stage. That's gonna be like, this is so lit.
They're like, she's still trucking. That's
Yes.
awesome. So
Yes.
have you noticed a change since you've started with social media?
I would say, yeah. Like when we first started, Facebook was a little bit different. I remember like setting up a Facebook party and not realizing that you could like even like really post,
Mhm.
let alone like scheduling out posts or having to be conscious of what you were sending out, like content wise. I remember there's been so many different versions of rules and sharing and what not to post on your personal page, what to post on your personal page. It realistically, as long as you're taking care of your people, you're fine. It's been such a transition. There's been a million different versions of how to work a business. I remember when, oh, this is when I get to be the old lady. I remember the day when you guys all came up with VIP groups. Like,
Oh yeah.
blew us out of the water. I remember portable parties before that. When people used to tell you to like book an entire calendar full of in-person parties
Mhm.
only, and that social media wasn't going to make you any money.
Mhm.
Those are the days.
Yeah, I know because I remember going to those Mary Kay parties or whatever, and the whole goal was for the hostess to book parties out of it. And I think that's one of the reasons I kind of shied away from it, just because I, you know, scheduling wise, and it is nice to see how it's so accessible for people now. But also too, for those watching, one of the things that you just said that I love is that notice how she was talking about it doesn't really matter the how, it's just if you're doing it and your intentions are in the right place. And if you
Right.
really have amazing customer service, which is obvious, plus your team, I run into some of your girls just being in my groups or messenger and they all adore you and you show up and you do a lot of trainings. And I think that's the big part is that as long as you're just taking care of your people and you're honestly just excited about what you have, it doesn't really matter how. I think sometimes people get hung up on, so what time of day should I post and what should I
Right.
post? You know what I mean? And I think that holds people back because then they don't do anything, you know? So I really like
Right.
that you said that. That's awesome.
100%. It's
Yeah,
definitely right.
that's really good. So one of the things that we connect when we connected on social media and right away we hit it off. One of the things you said to me that really stood out to me that I loved is you were talking about how people don't realize that they are going to get to a place in their business. Typically, I'm sure there's a few instances where they don't. They're probably lying though, but where people have to rebuild their business. And I think I actually had it happen where we had some negative press in my company and I lost, you know, a whole leg. And I think that people don't know how to handle that when that happens. And so I think people just bail sometimes. And I think it's good to have the conversation that if it hasn't happened to you, it's gonna, or it could, or this is what you do about it. So can you share in your experience? Because you've been, I'm sure you've seen some ups and downs.
Oh yes. So I will tell you immediately. I have two children. I was also the girl that immediately ignored all information about a C-section and then had 2 C-sections. So when I read a book in the first 5 minutes of me being with network marketing, like with Perfectly Posh, it literally had in there, you are going to rebuild. People are going to quit. High-level leaders are going to quit on you. And I was like, nope. No, I'm going to build forever. I am going to be the only sandcastle that ever goes all the way up and stays there forever. It'll be fine. I am totally an enigma. It'll be great. No, that's a total, like, you can't even. So one of the things that we forget when we're building, because if you think about it, like if it's like a deck of cards and you build this house of cards, right now you're focusing on every card going into place, and you might be building this most beautiful castle ever, and you forget that they're cards. People are going to come and go. People are going to have real life. Like, the first time you joined something, did you have it be exactly the same way as when you started to actually like build in a company? No. Like, it takes a lot of throwing spaghetti against the wall. It takes a lot of making mistakes. It takes a lot of like accidentally saying the wrong thing to like a teammate or something like that. Like, you're going to learn a lot. And if you think that every single person you meet has to stay with you forever, you're holding people hostage on your team page. Like, don't be that girl. Just don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Because you want to almost have those trials and those tribulations, have those things hit you. We've had shipping issues. We had, I think there was somebody in a prison that ate like part of our soap bar. We had like processes that were out of whack. I remember the day where like you used to be able to call customer service at Posh and they'd walk in the back and they'd pick up your box and they'd put it on the truck. And I remember the days where we couldn't figure out where any of those boxes were, and they still had to manage to get on the truck, and you had no idea when it was going to show up or if like 7 of the same box was going to show up. And it's okay because we were learning, and all of us had to grow up together. It's kind of like going through high school in your business, you know? But I think the big thing is just remembering that you're all growing and that nobody's going to be perfect, and you can't look at the next person and be like, oh my gosh, her grass is so gorgeous. She's going to always have green grass, because no, winter's going to happen and something's going to happen and she might need your help too. So
that's amazing. And what about, you said about the grass is greener on the other side? I hear a lot of people, I mean, people will try recruiting me too, but a lot of people, you know, there's some new company, there's a founder opportunity. How have you stayed with the same company? Because I believe like stay the course. Like, even if there's this shiny thing over there, there's always going to be a shiny thing. And if you keep jumping, you're never going to be able to build. Like you said, you got to start that deck of cards, the house of cards again. How have you stayed with the same company through all these new companies sprouting up?
So I follow Marcus Lemonis. I watch The Profit. It's a thing. It's a very bad thing. It's a habit, like me and my popcorn. But process, people, and the products. So with Perfectly Posh, the quality of the products has never changed. We've had some dips. We've had some changes. We've experimented with stuff. But realistically, they've been 100% all the way through. Things that I thought were worth more than their price point. I was able to trust that our product development had, like, they always have the big dream, if that makes sense. So once I was able to actually believe in the products, believe in the people creating stuff, believe in what they were like telling us to sell, because realistically, home office and any company is going to say, okay, go sell this, right?
Right.
So they create your catalog, they create this vision. No matter what, over the last 5 years, consistently, even if it's something a little crazy, the quality's still there. The experience is still there. Maybe like an ingredient thing, or they'll also like take guidance. They take suggestions from consultants. So they take feedback. So that entire thing, product, I will never have to worry about. Process has been a little bit more difficult because we've had to learn when we were underwater. And I think the fact that we were able to experiment and learn together and to get outside of our comfort zones together, even from CEO to manage, like everybody has had to learn how to become a bigger business as we've grown. So processes have always been a thing, but we're open to learning. So that openness causes me to still be able to trust that. And then there's the people. there's a feeling when you are all in it together.
Yeah.
There's a feeling when you can see that people still believe in the big dream. And that is going to happen on any team page, in any company, in any direct sales. Anybody that believes in the products and sees that the process is there, they're going to be able to work together. And if people are still sharing and people still see the big long game goal, then that's a place you stay. That's a place where maybe there might be bumps and bruises and you might figure out how to get back up together, but that's where you stay, because together you guys can figure out the solutions. You can figure out what the problems are. You can figure out how to regain momentum. But if there's not a product that you can sell, you're going to lose momentum. If there's a process that's really handicapped and never an owning and accountability and whatever, then you're going to have an issue. And that's when you should probably. But
Yeah.
If you can trust the people and you can trust the process and you can love the products,
right,
you'll be there for life.
That's awesome. I love that. And it's tenacity, you know, it's staying the course and no matter what. And I think that's what it takes to make the business successful, you know, is to be able to keep going, you know, and just pick yourself back up. So as far as rebuilding goes, what has worked for you in the past? Have you done like a relaunch? Like what do you coach your team through when that happens to them?
So before we start anything, we sit down and we figure out why somebody's with us. If you are with us and you believe in everything that I just said, and you feel that you still have potential and you still love what you're doing, and you love the moment where you go out and sell whatever that is or share whatever that is and you're proud of it, we'll start from there. So you start from why you're with that company. Then you're going to go check your numbers, because I can promise you that there are situations where you can look at numbers and you can see where you suddenly went off or where you lost focus. One of the biggest things, and it's kind of like school, one of the biggest reasons people don't get perfect grades in school is not because of the fact that they don't know or they're not learning something. It's because they get distracted and they forget.
Yes.
Yeah. So it might be drama. It might be you losing faith. What'd you say?
I said a boy, you know, if you're in high school, you're like,
a boy. Yes. Oh, you know, I married mine. He was a very bad distraction. It was super bad. It was so bad. He bought me a pager. He had a license. My father should have saw him coming. It was fine. But like, there can be so many things that are going to cause you to not stay focused on what the actual goal is. Your goals have to literally be louder than anything else that's going on.
Did you write that down, guys? That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Your goals have to be louder than anything else that's going on. If you believe in everything that you have that solid why, you need to make sure that you basically like put bubble wrap around it and hold it, because you're not going to want anybody to tell you, oh, well, you should give up because blah, 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 blah. Because there's going to be a million reasons other people are going to want to tell you to give up. And if you believe in what you're doing, you'll be fine. So check your numbers, make sure you're actually doing what you're saying you're wanting to do. If you're needing to hit what we call monthly award, girl, do it. Do it for you. Don't do it because they're telling you to. Do it because it gets you such and such reward. If you are hitting a goal and you're setting goals and you're literally just grasping at them and other people are distracting you, you're basically, you got to get refocused. So once you have the numbers, once you figure out why you're here, then you're going to want to really reattack. What are your strengths? Play from your strengths. If you are amazing at sales, go for it. Don't be shy about that. It is okay to fully go for what you're good at. If you're amazing at team building, build like you mean it, but build in a way that balances the weaknesses of other people. So if you have a big team and you're trying to rebuild that team, and that team is really great at sales, but they're not very good at team building right now, or they're not very inspired, pack it full of new people. That will re-inspire everyone. So those tend to be the best ways to get started rebuilding.
I love
You got to go after it.
Yeah, and I love how it's just be honest and straight up with that person and just have that honest heart to heart. Cause I think a lot of people are afraid to taproot or reach down and, talk about it. It's okay. And it's your business. Like you said, do it for yourself, and if that person's truly doing it for themselves, not you to please you, because they're the ones that got to sit there and prospect late at night and all that stuff, right? So they've got to really want it too. So what would you say, if you could pick one thing, would be kind of your key to success? Like what's gotten you through 5 years or 6 years, or however long you've been doing it, the ups and downs? What would you say has helped you stay the test of time?
So I think I started it when I first started. I was never the person that you'd be like, oh, she can be consistent or she can do things for more than one time. Like, I was never that girl. So I had to teach myself how to be consistent. My son, he's got ADHD and there's a million reasons he can't be consistent either. And I have to teach him how. Mm-hmm. So one of those things that we've kind of been going back to is the idea that, and I actually taught it to it. I have a training group for my Posh girls that is like the 66 days of Posh. And one of the things that I think it was Bruce Lee that said it. I've said the quote enough times today. I should have looked it up, but it was, I trust a man that does 1,000 kicks a day more than I trust a person that does 10,000 kicks once. Mm-hmm. Because that consistency is a lot better for your business. If you're pressing the exact same button over and over again, someone's going to respond. They're going to see what you're doing. If you are inconsistent and you're scatterbrained and you're all over the place, you're going to miss that repetitive, okay, they see my logo. Okay, they see my logo. Okay, they see my logo that is taught in basic business schools. You want that consistency. So when you're talking about like, the smallest thing that you could possibly teach, do the same thing every day. Mm-hmm. Figure out how to repeat what you do month after month after month. That was the scariest thing a person could tell me when I first started. And it's still the scariest thing because it's the hardest thing to do. Mm-hmm. But you figure out how to trick yourself. Get a planner. Get a post scheduler. Figure out what you're going to do. There's an app called Maven. Oh my gosh.
Maven? Is it Maven?
Yeah, Sell with Maven. If you have the ability to figure out how to trick yourself into selling something, just it could be like for us, it's a hand cream a day. Sell a hand cream every day. Sell something small every day until you build up the skills to sell something big. Mm-hmm. But whatever you can repeat, do it over and over and over again, and you will build very strong.
Got it. So figure out what is working for you and repeat that over and over again, even no matter how small that is. So even if you find a strategy that works for you, if it is an in-home party, maybe that works for you, or an online event, or doing a curiosity post, like figure out what that is and then just repeat and teach your team to do that. That's awesome. So how can people find you? You have a promotion right now, don't you?
I do. I have a way for people that have never registered on the Perfectly Posh site or my personal website to get a lot of free items. Technically, it's one free item if you place a $25 order, but you have the ability to use a bunch of different promo codes, and that is just for our broadcast. Super exciting. Okay. So I will let you know. And you can find me on most social media at Posh, P-O-S-H, Sweder, S-W-E-D-E-R, side. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, nice and consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
You can find all of my team trainings on YouTube.
Nice.
And they are super easy to transition to any other company. All I ask is you just like, share, comment, do whatever you feel and are inspired to do. So that's YouTube. .com / you can find me. I'm Sasha Sweder.
You can post it in the comments when we're done too. So if you guys want to look through the comments, she'll post it. So just keep your notifications on for the post and she can put that in the comments. And then your link to order the promo, what's your website?
So it's poshsweeterside.com.
And you said side, Sweeter Side?
Yep, poshsweeterside.com. Okay. And then the codes are Deserve It, spelled out in capitals, for a lavender bar.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. If you have people that don't sleep in your house.
I deserve it.
You do deserve it. If you like charcoal masks, you're going to want to type in Pamper One, which
The
is
number
Cackle Spackle. Yep, number
Okay.
one. And that is for Cackle Spackle. That is a gorgeous charcoal replacement mask. It is minty and delightful. Pineapple, if you like a pineapple gel mask. Honey is one of our best-selling body creams and can be used on anybody in the house. And that code is HONEY, HONEY. And then my most favorite for moms and babies and husbands that run and tackle things would be Fresh Creamy Milk. It is a bestseller. It has been with us almost as long as I was, and it actually left and came back. So everyone loves it, and it's worth $24. So if you place a $25 order and you get a $24 body butter, this is your day, girl.
That's amazing. I love it. What's the promo code for that one?
That is fresh.
Fresh. Okay.
Yep.
I'll put that on my little girls. You know, after preschool, you're like, gotta spruce you up a little bit, you know? I'm going to totally do that. Thank you for offering that. You guys give her some hearts. That's freaking so nice. You're so sweet to do that. Also, I'll have the replay up for this. So, you know, if there's anything else you think of, just pop in and type a comment. You guys, like I said, turn the notifications on and go follow her because she has a lot of great trainings out there. And as you can tell, her teaching style is a lot like mine, just normal people just sharing what we know. You have a lot more experience than I do, so I'm going to be learning from you along with everyone else. But we appreciate you, those kind of things that you're doing just to help people and showing up for others, because we need to elevate this industry, and you are doing it, and your team is doing it, and I love how you guys are showing up too. So thank you so much for taking the time, and I think we need to do this again. So thanks, girl. I'll be on your site soon. Have a good one. And stay on here, you guys, if you want to hear about my free class. Wave goodbye to Sasha, and I'll tell you guys about my free class on leads. Okay, thanks, girl.
Have a great day.
Bye. Okay, so my free class is on Lead Tracker. So if you guys register for it, my group is the Gold Diggers of Network Marketing. You have to be in the group to register for the event. It's Wednesday at 11 a.m. Central, but you'll get the recording if you register. So this is what it is. I'm going to show you guys on the computer how to build your free tracker to put all your leads in there and how to follow up. So your day one follow-up, day three, like how should you be following up with people? How do you keep it organized? And every day when you pull it up, you're going to know exactly who to reach out to. Can you imagine? Because I know if you're like most people, you freaking have lost your leads. You have sticky notes, you've got things written on the back of napkins. We got to rein that in, okay? Also, my Facebook group workshop is a week from Wednesday. And so if your Facebook algorithm, it's hurting you, you know, people aren't showing up in your groups, you can't add people to Facebook groups, what the heck is going on with groups? How do you set up a prospecting group? How do you automate it so you can make money? Just put your email below and put workshop, and I will get you registered for the workshop. I think a lot of you are on my email list, so look for that email coming out tomorrow night. And last but not least, I'm here to announce that my Mindset Bootcamp is happening, and I've been working really, really hard on this. So I've noticed, because of all the boot camps I've done, I think I've done 8 boot camps now this year for you girls. People are getting results and they've been phenomenal, but I've noticed that a lot of you are focusing on the how-to, like how do I post, how do I do a curiosity post, which is important, but people aren't spending the time to develop their mindset. So we've got old limiting beliefs, money blocks, you know, you guys are reaching ranks and then dropping down. So I'm finding that people are just, there's so many things that they have to work on with their mindset to gain their confidence and be positive and attract what they want in their lives. So if you want to get into my boot camp, it's a mindset boot camp. Just put boot camp with your email below. You have to put your email. You're not going to get the link on it. And this is what I'm going to cover. Understanding it's 6 weeks long, and every week we'll have a module. Everything will be recorded and you can follow along at your own pace. So the mindset boot camp is going to be how to smash through your blocks, specifically your money blocks and your emotional blocks, your confidence, and how to create the life of your dreams. So we're going to go over understanding the law of attraction, what money really is, decluttering, limiting beliefs, vision boards, vision movies, goals, your why, reviewing money blocks, your story, upper limits, manifesting, journaling, meditation, EFT. If you've never done any of this, you guys, you need to. Have you heard of a miracle morning? We're going to create your miracle morning, and I'm going to make you guys do it. Affirmations, visualizations, abundance, gratitude, how to get organized. I'm going to teach you guys how to take your calendar and all this stuff going on. How do we make it so you're organized, and that doubt, and the fear and the disorganization and all this stuff that's happening in your days, I've got to get you guys productive. The most important way to do that is to get your calendar looking fly, okay? So I'm going to teach you guys how to time block, how do we get all this stuff in very organized, and then we'll finish up with how to notice when you're getting off course. I'll help you to navigate post workshop or post boot camp. I'm only going to take a small group of girls because this is so intimate and personal, and I need to make sure I'm holding your hand and walking alongside you. I've been doing a lot of work on this, you guys, and I made triple last month, the more than I've ever made my entire life. And I've been in sales since I was 18. So you guys know you can have some really big months. I made triple last month when I implemented this stuff. Triple. Yeah, and I quit my job. So I believe in it. So if you guys want to be a part of it, I'd love to have you. So it's just going to be a small group. So get in as soon as you can. It starts September 12th. But like I said, everything will be recorded so you can catch it when you can. If you can't watch it when I have it, you can catch the replay. But you need to follow along because there's going to be action steps and things we're going to implement. Okay, so just put boot camp and put your email for that. So that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed Sasha. She's a freaking rock star. I'm so grateful that she took the time to share her advice. So you guys have a great night. It's good to see you, and have a good rest of the week as well. See you guys later. Bye.